Students, how are you? Again, I have came here to tell you about how we'll do the form sections and all that. How we'll post and get methods, and for now we'll just go with post. Okay, so if suppose we need to make a registration form or a login form, how will I do? So here it is. This is our format, and then we just go. Let's go with the like a starting. Okay, here we write HTML registration form. We will make sure we will. This is a new one, so we'll make sure that le.css and le.js will be included here, and only this much. Okay, so let's go with it. Let's have the JS also. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let I show you. Okay, this is a register. So it looks like this. Now what we'll do is I'm planning to make it kind of like a center registration form. So let's go ahead and do it. I'll just give a form. Okay. Suppose we required in the form name, email, phone number, and password. So let's go with this input. Type my name. Here we will mention label. Remember, this is a part of LCSS. Normal name, normal HTML, CSS, you will not get this values, these attributes. Okay, you see how it looks. Okay, I think we are mistake. Okay, now it's fine. This you have to mention as a part of any PHP framework. Okay, so it looks like this. Then what else? Input, type email, name, email, again label is equal to email. Again input, type phone. Instead of phone we will mention tel, and then here phone. Make sure it is these values these name, email and phone, the name section should match with your database value, the database column value. Okay, so okay, fine. Here we can have the label again. See, next. Here we want password, so okay. Okay, here it comes. It's automatic like that. Okay, so suppose we need to have a kind of like a button over there, a kind of icon. I'll do it. L icon, L for left and icon, then okay, we'll mention MDI. Okay, remember MDI is something like it's a font icon. So I'll just show you how the sheets of MDI looks like. Here it is. If you don't know where is this chits and all that, you can also go to the same page. So I'm showing you from here. Go to this one. Okay, assets, LECSS, MDI, preview, HTML, and this will work. See, so the cheats will work. Okay. Okay. So suppose we require account. So here comes this guy called account. So to use this, we have to mention MDI first, and then MDI account. Okay. And see, let's see it works or not. I thought it would work, but unfortunately it didn't work. Is there any problem in the code? Let's just check quickly. Goes to MDI. See this. Yes, okay. That is right. Just try to put it down. Okay, so here is the problem. See, here it's I'm writing here smart loft. Okay, it means I have not configured it. Okay, so let's go back. That's why it's very important to check in the console first, whatever may be the problem. Okay, let's check it out. Now we'll go for it. ELI config And here you see that the name is given like this. So just change it. 90 plus plus. Short row. You can remove the short row. And here this is the main thing. Here has to be this part. So we'll go for it. Okay, so I think now it's fine. Okay, so here it is going fine. Only plus plus. The problem where we are facing is we are not getting the assets over here. So we have to make sure in the ELI CSS also to get the assets. Fine. Okay, so let's go to the JavaScript. So ELI CSS JavaScript. We will write everything. So before that, I just write here let let's choose path to be equal to asset slash ELI CSS. Okay. In this chase part, what I will do is I'll put it here. Yes, same thing with everyone. Okay. Now see, yeah, it works. It works charm. Okay, so it works nicely now. I'll make sure that I'll update it everything. Okay. So now what happens, like you all can see that this doesn't look so good. It has to be in the center. So for that we'll just give a in the body class grid. So G stands for grid G1. Okay, and then align FC for full center, like left to right and top to bottom. And see, this is how it looks. If you want to color the whole form and all that, you can go ahead, no problem. You can mention the up colors and all that, and you can also do a lot of things like with your own CSS, like form padding, and then let's just give it here it looks so like this, and you can just give for radius 7 px. So that looks cool, right? You can change it like blue, white, gray, whatever color you want. So, okay, so now let's go forward. Here we are. I'm making it span. Okay, so span I'm using because I have to make sure in the framework that a span also have some value. So instead of using button, because button has a default HTML features, so that's why I have used spam. Okay, so I have mentioned spams, but btn submit. Okay, it comes like this. Okay, yeah, you cannot change the color for now, but I will try that you can change the color. If you want to change the color, you can do inline styling for that, like this. Background red, suppose. If you do this, so it becomes red. Okay, so you can do inline styling for that if you want to change the color. Otherwise, it's fine like that. Okay, let's go forward now. This is a form done. Okay, now what next? So this, let's say this action. The action has to be P. Okay, and P stands for post slash. Okay, before showing that, I'll delete this. First, on submit, it should be written false. Okay, if it is not written false, then it might go to the page directly without giving any a dynamic messages from here. So to avoid that, we are writing this one. Then comes we need to mention an ID of a form. Okay, so here I give a reg form as ID. Okay, and here, see, on click IDG form. Okay, no, IDG form is the, so here we'll just give, if suppose you want to submit the form without a validation, then you can just mention ELI submit, and then and hash here, and this will work fine without any, you know without any validation will go. But if you want to do validation, you make sure you write everything everywhere wherever you want to. It's a required field, you write required. This is the HTML5 part. So okay, so here is all required field. Okay, you must be asking why this state now will come. This is a pre-default things are there, so it's okay. But if suppose you want to validate it, just write valid instead of any, and it will try to validate everything like this. Got it? You see, automatically it comes out. I better change the color so we can see properly. See, this is right now, so we can come see clean again. Okay, so next we will do is we need to post it. Okay, so basically in this thing there is, you will find ELI, and inside ELI you will find process, and inside process you will find post.php. Remember this thing. Inside the post of PHP stands as a P, so I have to mention P here, an action. Okay, and then suppose I have made one case. Let's go like this. Case great. Okay, this is just for showing purpose. Later on you can use as you want, and here I give data saved successfully. Okay, so when I do this, P stands for post.php, right? And then case. Which case is this? Great. I better make it capital letter. So great. Okay, now copy this one and P slash great. So this becomes our action. Okay, so next refresh it, write on everything. 62983. Oh yeah, I forgot to give all these things, right? So okay, quickly I'll do this. Null icon, NDI is easy. I have done this thing so many times that I have remembered. For password it is not this. Okay, so one password show text box password. Okay, so now it works like this. Yeah, good. So everything connects. Now let's go forward. So I'll just click 1 2 3 and submit. See where it comes? Data saved successfully. You see this? That is what I was telling you. So it goes directly to the places. Now here, if suppose you want to, put the data, you can just do like this. If you want to see the data, like what other datas are there, you can just do like this. Post, like say echo. Okay, now I'll submit. See the data. Okay. It's actually night, that's why I'm speaking very low. So please, I'm saying sorry to you for this. Okay, so we just go over like this. Set post, and yeah, remember this is a check CSRF part. Okay, coding. So if you are not using CSRF, so you don't need to do this. But if you are using CSRF, then you can use this coding for that. For now, here for basic part I'm not using it. Later on I can use it. I'll just skip here. If the post is there, then it's okay. Otherwise, please fill data properly. Okay. So suppose if I don't give properly, so it will tell me this. But though my validation is happening right here itself, so I don't have to, so it will not tell me anything. You go directly here. Okay, so now suppose I need to take the data. So what I'll do is I'll take that as need. Okay, or I'll say like empty. Okay, form data, and here we'll give v, and remember v is for validator. Okay, in here we'll go for need, and what we need is we require name, email, phone, and password. From where? From post. So now see how it looks. This need function also checks and you know um, kind of properly maintains it. So all the data became put in the FD from return. So if suppose you don't want phone or you don't want email, you can just remove it from here. You don't have to change in the database for that or something else for that. Okay, so next we'll go to data is in the FD. Now this FD should go to the database. Okay, so I haven't made any database for now, but okay, let's go ahead and make it. Okay, let's go to database. I'm showing you here by doing it in SQLite. You all can do in MariaDB or MySQL. So no problem. I'll tell you from where to change. Basically everything is there in the config, so you can put your all details like database details to be here. Okay, just use a database enough. Okay, so the passwords and everything is showing here instead of SQLite, because if it is MySQL, then make sure this MySQL will be here. For localhost can be everything like fine, and the admin database name has to be, because it's a SQLite, so it's, I'm writing like this. But if it is yours like something like project or something, you just write the name of the database. Okay, so here I'm having one this is a database and the others are tables. So what I'm going to do is I'm making one more table called users. Number of field, let's say 5. ID, primary key, auto increment, name, email, phone, password. Okay, so for name we'll give text or varchar. This I'm doing quickly. Okay. Okay, now I'll do create. Table has users as units, you see. Now we'll do this. I'll just change it to, yeah, everything is set up, so no problem. In your case, you can just have the database name and all that. So here what we'll do is, you just need to write like this, like result is equal to db insert row, table name is users, and this one is 50. Okay, and we'll just see what is coming. Okay, so see now the user table is empty. Okay, So let's submit. Okay. Submit. So this is the data is coming. Some message and everything. So what I'll do is I'll write like this: echo result message. Okay, and submit. So did I add it? Okay. So see, the first time I have done, and this is the second time. So it's 2 times has been done. So you will see 2 times with this record. See, refresh it. See, the same record you will see it 2 times. You see this? So this is how you insert so easily. For update, it's the same similar. It's just to update. I'm just showing you. Suppose, and to check, okay, that this data has been already there or not. So what I'll do is like db query. I'll make it here SQL, okay, and here I'll write this MySQL query. So I write here select count id as total, where from users. I'll do one thing, I'll make it as a tbl, and right here do comment your questions if it is there. I'll try to answer your comments. Where email, see, email is like what? So empty, because everything the current data is there in FD, so it will be like this. Okay, next, and phone, either phone like or phone is equal to okay. So here it will check, and after checking it will give me the report. Okay, so based on the report, see, I'll just show you for now. Like I just make this one comment. See, total is coming to, see, so the first one, and then now total. So here we will know that if total is greater than 0 means data exists. Else new data. So in case of new data, we will go directly insert. But in case of data exists, we'll try to do update. So we just have to mention update row table 50 with what. So where, this is a where, so we just have to mention whatever we are taking as a primary. Maybe it's an email. Okay, so we remove the phone here because if we are taking one as primary, so where email like this, like current. Okay, or yeah, so this thing can be done. And after running this all, let's just remove this one. It will give me the result. So let's see, so let updated, you see, because it's all there. I'll just see what is the data. The data is showing there. So the data, and see the password has changed. So I'll just remove one data. Let's work with one data only. See my password I'm going to change now, and my name. So I'm changing my name, first letters like into capital, and the password I'll change it to 2345 and submit. Successfully data updating. Let's see, that's fine. Yeah, see, submitted immediately. And if there is a new data, that also can be done. Now some people must be saying that the data or the password should be encrypted. So in that form, that case, what you do is, after this, when you're taking all the data to the FT, after this you just run this form, FT password is equal to MD5 FT. See, this method is a very old method of encrypting a password. So the best way to encrypt a password is to do salt. So when you are doing a salt, it's pretty different. Now let's see how it is. So in here, you just don't use a password as a password, but also the primary. So suppose we have took the primary as email, so we'll take the primary as email. Empty. Okay, so now this becomes the ink salting one. But if suppose you don't want this thing to happen, suppose you don't want this salt method of encryption, then you can just use the password method. Here I'm just going for a simple method like a password. Okay, and then suppose I submit this 1 2 3 4 5 only. So you will see here, so I'm refreshing it. See the password has changed. Okay, so I hope you like the video of the whole registration and submit button. I'll be putting all this ELI++ in the GitHub, or I will zip and send you, on demand. So if you want it, let me know. I hope you like the video. So
it's 11
good
o'clock.
night, take care, and there's now 11 o'clock. Okay, so okay, bye, take care.